Good. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Please. Welcome. Morning if you're watching on TikTok. Welcome. We're back for another stream. moved everything around, so it's like everything's all over. Okay, lovely guys. Right, welcome if you're watching on TikTok, welcome if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome. We're back for another day of trading. So we're gonna do this is a trade I took. Actually, it got activated late last night. So I'm out of this now, but this was a beautiful trade, so that's really nice. I took about $700. I'm not. This is not for the logbook line. This is just one of my own. So we're going to delete all of gold. We're going to do a full new top-down analysis on gold, and then we're going to see how we get on. Logbook so far. We're still in profit for the month, but not by much. We took a loss at the beginning of the month, and then we had a swoop entry loss. $130. So we're still there or thereabouts. We've still got half of the month left to go, so it's not too bad. Other than that, other 2 months we're still way in profit overall on our logbook. So we're doing pretty well on stream. So yeah, let's get into a top-down analysis and see how we get on. So gold. Now, monthly is still doing anything and can still do anything. You had 3 candles with no bottom wicks. Okay, 3 candles. Three candles were closed doji, and we haven't had much of a bottom wick on this monthly candle. So, can this monthly candle flip to the downside? I'm expecting it to flip to the downside, but this is gold we're talking about, and we have been very, very bullish. So anything can really happen. The only thing I'm taking away from the monthly is that normally you'll get a doji and then you'll carry on. I'm not sure you'll get 3 dojis and still carry on. This is probably telling us that we need some more liquidity from the downside, and we haven't broke any lows yet. So could this monthly flip to the downside? And if it does, how far is it going to go? It's very, very likely it's going to be breaking this low at least of the previous candle. So that's all we're taking away from the monthly. It's at its top wick now. As this reached its extremities, and it now needs to start flipping. Okay. So the lower time frames we've got to use. Now, the weekly is closed lovely for us. So the range on the weekly is this. This is the range we've got on the weekly. We are from, do you want to see now with that? We are between that and that now. Okay. We were like this, where price hadn't come to tap. We pushed down, still didn't fill the range. Pushed down, still didn't fill the range. So you could actually use this one off the weekly. You've now had a fake out back into the area here. You came up again, you broke out, and you've had a fake out back into the area. And now we're getting a top wick. So, could we now just see that this is the top wick to flip to come down? Because the range we're in now, technically still in this range, because this candle, the weekly candle here, is closed back into the area. So technically what we should do is come down to fill the rest of the range at 3200. So it should be fairly straightforward this week for sells down. It's just a case of how steep is that top wick going to be. And where do we want the top wick? Well, the top wick only needs to come and tap where we've tapped. Yeah, in and around these levels. We shouldn't really be breaking this high. So how can we look at some trades? Now, this is why the other night I put on a wingback sell from 3358, okay, which is played out. I took about $800 from it. It's played out, activated us, and it's rejected. But I don't think that's the move. I think we're still going to come up for a higher top wick. Now, if you remember, on Friday, we've actually got wingback sells on. right? Currently still got wing back sells on. Let me get the trade ID up, because it's in the trade ideas. I'll get the so we basically see on this weekly top wick and then reject to come down. That's what I'm looking for this week. Okay. Now the daily, what's the daily done? Daily closed bearish, small bearish on Friday. Friday was a weird day, and I said to you on Friday for your trading. Friday was a fantastic day to learn all sorts. However, we closed bearish in the end. Now, have we filled the minor range on the daily? So the minor range on the daily is this area, which we've had marked up here. This is the minor range. Now we have tapped it. We've tapped it, but we haven't filled the range as in the body of the candles. And if we look left, the bodies always fill the range before making its next decision. So could we still see a rejection to come down? I'm still pretty happy that I'm interested in the sells, but do we need to go higher? Does this top wick need to have a bigger top wick? That's what we've got to work out. And also, if we look left, we obviously don't want a close of the candle. If we get a daily close respecting, and then we come. Now we sort of do it here. I know this is not the same level, but if you look, you get a bearish close, a bearish daily close, and then you get a bullish close, and then you get break the highs before the initial push down. So could we get something like that? So if this daily is going to close like this, the new daily comes up, breaks the highs, and then flips to come through. And what you'll find is this daily then would have a top wick. Could we get that? It's another option. Yeah. So daily, yes, we could push back down again on the daily, even though we have came out, broke the lows. It's a case of how high are we going to go before the flip. And I'll show you where that wing back sell is at the moment. Well, actually, we're there. So we've got a wing, but we put a wing back sell on the 15th, which is Friday, and it was 3364.69. 3364.6. So round about there. So we've got a wing back sell on round about 3364.69 to be exact. So we've still got that on. Okay, still got that on. Now, where's the stops on this one? So the stops, what we've got is 3370, 3370.31. So our stops are around them levels. And the reason why they're around these levels is because if you look when price comes up, taps this, then it does its move, taps, and then pulls back. So we can still get out. We'd be risk free at that point anyway. We're just looking left. So what day was this? It came up. Do we need to break the high? Is this still valid? That's what we've got to basically talk about. Is it still valid? You do tend to tap, even if you push up. Our get out could be a tap, pull back. I think this might need to be a tad higher. 3372. Let's come straight up. This is what I'm expecting. Just this tap and then gone. If we come through, then we come through. Okay, this is the 4. This is the 6 hour. Let's go to a smaller time frame. So the 4 hour. So what's the forward doing? The 4 hour has We've still got 2 hours left of this 4, so this 4 could easily flip to the upside. We've had some nice liquidity grabbed from the downside, so we've got, and then we've had a big push. Have we got enough liquidity here to push past this? And do we need to push past this before coming down? That's the question we've got to ask. Do we need to push past this before coming down? What do we need to do? See, if we are on something like this, and then we should come back up, we'll break the highs again before coming down. But yeah, Mondays. Let's see what the hours look like when you tap. Two close bearish. So every time we come up to this level, do we reject? Follow it. So we'll reject here. Where's our TP1? 2, 3, 3, 5, 8. Yeah, so this is our TP1. Tap, reject. Tap, reject. Tap, reject. See, why did this do this? This came all the way through to 3373. Stops. This up. I was talking to myself at the minute, guys. Just need to see what this looks like. Lower time frame. Straight through. Stop. Hey, okay. Does reject from there quite a lot, but it can also drive straight through. I think these stops need to move if we're going to put it on. I think these stops need to be like that. Where it rejects from here, but downside. We're going to get this, that's the question. This took a few hours to get up, but also then took a few hours to get down. And it still didn't drive it. You broke the low again, broke the high again, and then we broke the high even more before coming through. Rejected here on the one though. Can this one be the one what comes up? If the one, would it be the two? So the four's closing in an hour and a half. This four could flip. Where could this four push? When the four closes in and around this level, let's put the marker on. This might help. So there's the four range there. The fours are a bit skewy. So you've got a four here. Rejects. Sorry, closes respecting. Trying to keep this on as well so you can see. Then pops up. Then rejects and closes bearish. Fantastic. This might stop you out of break even though, but then you push down. The only thing I don't like is we've already tapped this area, which I didn't like. We knew on Friday. I was saying it for ages that we knew on Friday that this was the area, the range for the daily to come down. But I mean, look what I'd done on Friday. It was disgusting. This was all no, it wasn't. Friday. It's all this here, all this mess. Look at that. That was brilliant. So I still like this win back area, guys. But we sort of, if we are going to get this 4-hour rejection, so we're looking at something like this. This area, this is what we want to see. It's strange because we're in an area where you can still close respect and still really power through. What are the probabilities? So we've got every time, got one here, count that, 2, 3, came straight through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one you might get away with. 6, 7. Put this one in. 4, 10. And then retest here. This one as well. This one. Rejection there. Even when price is pushing up, still reject to come down a tad, it looks like. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. This one would have played out still. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times played out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the probability is greater that we're going to reject from there. The four's got no top wick. I'm just thinking whether we could take the buy up as well. Let me have a look what the 15s look like on this. Powers up, taps, and then just that's the floor. This is sort of what we want. This is where the forward closes, pushes up, taps, then rejects and closes bearish. It's perfect for what we want. So these wing backs are still valid technically. I've still got these wing backs on. I'm just the take partial move to break even level is this 3358. I want to see if we can potentially take the buys up, but what do I need to see? Need to see. So we broke the lows again. We're going to break these highs. Lovely bullish close. I mean, look at them candles there. 4 doji style candles and a big pump. There's now we can really do at the moment. I've still got the wing back sell on, so I have got a sell limit on around 3364. And we're looking to come all the way down to 3200. That is the thing about it. 60's got no bottom wick. Price has never really came from this level. Respected here. Do we need to break this high now? That's the question. Welcome guys if you're watching on TikTok. Nice. So if this 6 is going to close bullish, where's it likely to close? Well, it's likely to close at 3358 or around them levels. So does that mean that this is going to close around there and then the next candle's got to come up? So we're looking at another hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, or I'm going to pull that like this. What are you doing, Goldie? Goldie. Yeah, I was left in that. 2 hours on this. 1 hour close respect. We're gonna have to wait for more candles to print, guys. I think I've currently got a wingback sell on, right? So, this wingback sell is still valid. Let's put the notes on properties. Yeah. So we've got this. I just want to have a quick glance on NAS. He's very bullish on the daily. Daily's closed bearish on a nice big gap. Anything with this at the moment. I messed that. Don't like that one, guys. Oil. How is oil looking? Oil is dropping. Yeah, we have got sellers below here, but we're still not ready on oil. Weekly closing back in there. Yeah, so we have got sellers below, guys, but this range is a bit of a no trades zone for me. I need to see what price is going to do. Unless I can get a top wick now, and we've had a gap. So building. Nothing on oil at the moment. XRP getting on. Bearish. Might have to wait for the 4 to close. So I am. We could potentially get a swoop entry on for buys up. But we did this on Friday. Didn't quite play out. If you look at this 4 here. So we're closing there or thereabouts these levels. And then you pull back. I still think we're going to go high, you see. So do we need to tap this level? Which is also... You've got another one there. And this one came all the way down to here. What I would take it, it's a bit too far that. Let's have a look at the lower time frame now. If this 4 flips, where's this 4 gonna go? If it does flip now, could we not just take a 15 above? So if we got a 15 close above, let's take the buys up. It's not ideal today, guys. It's not ideal. The only thing I've got is this win back sell still. That is it. That's probably all I can find. But when it getting activated, I can't see it getting activated. It would take the 6 hour to close first. If you look at the 6, this 6 hour I think needs to close bullish on these levels or get activated, and then the next 6 comes up, taps it, then rejects. Yeah, look at the hour now. If this hour flips again, what does that mean? Back to 50. I'll be back in a minute. Be back in a minute, guys. We're still waiting. There's nothing at the moment.
lonely. I'm so lonely, all on my own.
Who's talking on my mics? How are you doing,
Did you like my
John?
singing? Do you like my singing, Peter?
Oh, were you singing?
Yeah, I was singing lonely. I'm so
You do know
lonely.
you are on YouTube and TikTok,
all
don't you?
on my own.
You have such a beautiful voice. How's things, mate?
Thank you. I do sing like an angel. Yeah, I'm alright. Just fucking working like a fucking sheepdog in a field with uncontrollable sheep. That's how I fucking feel.
Yeah.
I was planning on taking the weekend off, but I didn't get to take the weekend off, and I ended up working Saturdays. So I've done 6 days in a row last week, and now I'm back at it, catching up on loads of fucking office stuff, and I've got to go out shortly because I've got to send someone else back, and I've got to crack on with some.
Oh, really?
What about you? How are you?
You know what you should be doing? Trading.
I know, mate.
You should be trading.
I've hardly had a fucking chance to. Like, literally, last week, Monday to Friday, I was up 6:30 every day, just pretty much breakfast, shit, straight out the door.
Yeah.
Like, I have not had a chance to get on the charts.
Yeah.
It's really kind of annoyed me, really. I had a chance today, but I haven't really spotted anything exciting, really.
Nah, mate, to be honest, I'm going to call it a stream on YouTube because this. I mean, I've got wingback sells, so I'm currently. I don't know if you can see my charts, can you? I'm not sure.
No, you're not streaming.
So
I did see you got that trade idea in the trade ideas section.
Yeah, so I put another different location on the other night. I took 700 quid this morning. Not on stream though, so it doesn't go on the logbook, but I'm currently in, well, I have still got an open position on one of my accounts. It's not much profit left, but yeah, I grabbed this last night. I put it on late last night, on Friday. Woke up, got activated, tapped my area already, so that was lovely. So I have grabbed that. But as for this morning, this wingback sell is still valid, but the probability has come down. It could come straight through when it stops, but it's like 10 times it's rejected from here, and 5 times it came straight through. So the probability is more. I do still think we need a higher top wick, but if I'm just going off the weekly, if you look at this weekly, I'm expecting this weekly to flip to the downside. Do you know what I might do as well? I might even add a sell stop underneath the weekly. Because if the weekly does flip, it's highly likely it's going to flip and drive to fill the range at 3204. That's what I can see happening this week. So that would be.
To be honest, a weekly trade would work out really well for me because it's just something I can almost set and forget.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I've been putting a lot of daily/weekly trades on, to be honest with you. So this month I took a swoop entry loss. I took a loss at the start of this month. And then we took a swoop entry loss. So, but I'm still up this month. Still up, only by a tad, but we're still up. But the rest of the months, mate, on stream, we've been fantastic. So as long as we're in profit every month, and we've still got half the month to go, so we're doing good. But yeah, it's a case of, is this weekly? Why did we fake out on this? Why did we close bearish here? Why? Probably because this wasn't enough liquidity now. So therefore, if we flip,
it should come down and break it.
We should come down and break it, yeah. I would imagine. There'll be an OB here as well for all the OB traders. There'll be an OB there. So this OB now has been pre-filled, so we should come straight through, I would imagine.
Yeah, I might slap that on as well, then, to be fair, because, like I say, if I don't get a chance to come on this week, which I probably won't.
Yeah. Well, it's if this daily's going to flip, but if this daily's going to flip, see, the extremities of this daily is here where we've tapped, but we haven't filled it with the body of the candles. So this is what's pretty difficult. Because if we can do that, if you do come down, you can just reject from here, but you do wick to this area. So that's where we would have to.
Where would you put the stop loss on that one at the top of the wick?
This is what's difficult.
The existing wick.
Yeah, you would ideally want it above the wick, but if you think if this daily flips now and comes down here and activates you,
what are the odds of it coming back up again and hitting your stop loss?
Yeah,
slim.
Well, especially without coming to tap it. If we tap this and then pull back and close respect, and then yes, you can come back up, but that you would need another daily candle to do that. So if you look at this one, this one close respecting, wick down, or this one even close respecting, but wick down, tapped, close respecting, and then comes back up. But even if you had stops above there, you should be safe. So what would that be then? So even if we put stops above here, 3, 3, 5, 8, and we've got a sell stop on, our risk to reward. He's me talking about risk to reward. I'm changing, Anna. That's what I'd be after. That be 3 to 1, but I'm just not sure this is going to be the move yet. I feel like we need to tap these levels, or we might even need to break the high one more time, and that's what I'm cautious of. So if we look left, right, and we look at the times where they're these levels, you had a bearish close which came down to this, right? So there's our bearish close which came down to this, and then look what happens to price. Price comes up, get rid of this one so you can see, breaks the high one more time before coming back down. I mean, this one drove up, but if you look at this one, bearish close, came up, broke the high one more time, and then drove down. So we're just trying to work out if we need to break the high one more time. So this is why it's pretty sort of in here's sort of no trade zone. In here's a sort of no trade zone. So you could potentially get a wing back sell stop underneath the daily, and if the daily does flip and pushes, it's very likely it's going to come to at least here, because that's the next support. That's the next support basically. But you'd have to go risk free, you'd have to, because look, you can tap. Look at that, gone.
Tap and come back up, yeah.
So I think you would have to. I mean, this would be beautiful if we could just tap this and then the flip comes on. That would be nice. So that's something we could look at.
I need a set and forget, really. Like, I can't be, like, I don't think I'd have a chance to sort of look at this zone. It could potentially tap and flip. I'd end up having to stop this because I'm struggling to find the time at the moment, because we got so much work on at the moment.
Dailies be good for you, mate. Dailies and weeklies. I'm gonna start doing actually wait there. So guys, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a sell stop underneath the. I'm gonna put this on stream, right? Sell stop underneath. It's a daily trade. The wick, the stop loss will be the high of the daily. Okay. If this would be our take partial move to break even. Our target for this. So we're basically like this. If this daily doesn't get activated today, probably just delete. Okay. But I'll pop it in the trade ideas. So I'm going to get that on now. Okay. We've also got this wing back sell on. Just cautious whether we need to break the high again. But I've also got that on. And your take partial for that wing back sell is here, 3358, which I believe is, it's about 60 pips, right? 60 pips. 60 pips. So yeah, they're the two things I've got going on at the moment. Yeah, that's the two things I've got going on at the moment. But I just can't see any of them getting activated at the moment until New York probably. So there's literally no point staying on the stream. So I'm going to call it a morning. The issue I've got now is I'm busy tomorrow and I'm going away for 2 days. So I might be back on Thursday. If not, I'll be back on Friday. If not, I'll be back on Monday. So it's Thursday, Friday, or Monday. I'll be back on. I'll keep you updated in the Trade IDs group. If you've got any messages, drop me a message on social media. I answer to every DM, which people are surprised with when they get an answer back from me, and they're like, "What?" Just 'cause I'm not very popular. You see, I'm the grey man in trading.
Yeah, you are. You're very unpopular.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. And I'll catch you later on stream. Have a fantastic day. Let's keep updated for these guys. Catch you later, guys.